My name's Antoinette Daniel, and I'm the CEO of Just Helpers Cleaning Agency. We're a cleaning agency predominantly based in London, and we pride ourselves on giving you a clean house as well as enabling you to have a clean conscience. What I'd like to talk about tonight is the global UN goals. I don't know if you know about them, I don't know if you've heard about them, I don't know if actually you're a fan, an ardent fan, and you're already doing your bit towards them. There are 17 global UN goals, and at Just Helpers, we're doing our bit to support two of them. And I want to talk to you today about the two that we've chosen and why. So we've picked one for the head and one for the heart. And the head one is all about what aligns with our goals as an agency, as a business, because we believe that business can and should be a force for good. So I've done a little bit of Blue Peter work. It's why I'm running a bit late today. For all of my besties out there, they're saying, why has she done this at this point? Because I'm not known for my drawing. But here goes. So the first UN goal is number 8. Hope you can read and see that. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. And this is really important to me for a number of reasons. So it's global. I'm going to pop it down. So the first thing is that my background has been in campaigning against human trafficking. And during my time there, spanning 10 to 12 years, I really began to understand the impact of economics and how it forced people to make poor life choices, not only for themselves, but for their families. Hearing the desperate stories of individuals caught up in all sorts of enforced labour, sex trafficking, yeah, it goes on. It literally broke my heart. And I had a whole big life transformation around that. And it's one of the reasons why we operate Just Helpers in the way that we do. We're ardent supporters of the London Living Wage. For so long, before I even knew about the London Living Wage, we were paying significantly above what that is. And that's the real London Living Wage, not the government living wage. Do look that up. I'll pop the website in to our feed here alongside it. We're really, really excited that next month it's the Living Wage Week, where cost of living is reviewed, and then all our prices go up joyfully in line with that, so that we can continue to enable the individuals that partner with us as cleaning colleagues, as managers, to not only survive in London, which is where we're based, but actually to thrive, to have aspirations for themselves and their children, to enable their next generation to go on and do other things that they've got dreams and hopes for. So that's a big part of who we are. Not only that, but during lockdown, we did a lot of soul searching, and two of the things that came out of that was that we raised our prices shamelessly, and not for our gain, but actually for the gain of the individuals working through us, contracting through us. So we now have levied some money on top of each of our hours that enables our colleagues to have holiday pay as part of their package. We also ask clients now to pay for 52 weeks continuously. So if they decide to go on holiday, actually it's not impacting the livelihood of our colleagues. So that's what was happening before. So what we've done is create a model that guarantees a steady income stream for our colleagues, where they can plan, where they can budget, where they can put money aside, where they're not fearful of emergencies or other eventualities. The second UN goal that I'm passionate about, and it's one of those like bring world peace and end all war kind of aims, but it is on my heart and I'm going to say it. So it's no poverty. No poverty at all in the entire world. It's ambitious, and it should be, but it's together, particularly through business, through people that are paying individuals, putting money into the economy. We can do it. We can do it. And that aim springs from my own childhood and my own lifestyle. It's a little known fact that I was a looked after child. So I went through the care system of this country. And one of my latent fears, and it still grips me in the middle of the night, is that I'll be jobless, then I'll be homeless, and I'll be out on the streets living in poverty. When you're a looked after child and your family situation is tenuous and you don't have the trust funds behind you, the parents that you can always pack up and go back to when things go wrong, it's a strong motivating factor to survive, yes, but it also means that there's this element of living in fear for quite a long time. So one of my big desires in life, and it's not happening yet, maybe it's my 60s plan, is that this business would enable us to have a trust fund that would create grants to young men and women leaving the care system that have got aspirations to do better, to be bigger, to be brighter, that are really skilled individuals that maybe weren't given the opportunity, that have got an entrepreneurial heart and just need someone to listen to them, to give them that little nudge. For young people like me going through university that in the end didn't have places to come back to stay in the holidays, but that there would be something, a fund, a something that will enable those people also to survive and thrive through uni so that they can go on and make an economic contribution to our society. So those are our two aims, decent work and economic growth, UN goal number 8, and UN goal number 1, end world poverty. Amazing, but together we can do it. We can do our part. We use an amazing giving platform called B1G1, and again that's in the comments as well. Have a look at that. It genuinely gives me the warm fuzzies. I sometimes have a little cry when we do our donation month on month. So yeah, that's my little nugget for today. Get involved. When you look at the goals, what resonates with you? I would love to hear that. What's your heart goal and what's your head goal in terms of who you are and what your career is like? We'd love you to continue to follow us, or follow us if you don't. You can find us on all of the socials. Like us, follow us, get involved. Together we can do good. Together business can be a force for good, and through buying through Just Helpers, you can not only have a clean home but a clean conscience too. Have a great evening.